I met Senator Cedillo about 40 years ago when he was a student at Roosevelt High School. I, at the time, was the director of the UCLA Upward Bound program, and Gilbert was a student in that program.
Well, I've known Senator Cedillo since he was a union organizer in the County of LA representing the Service Employee Union. And as a young man, he was always a fighter for the working person.
Gilbert, in a sense, was somewhat different from his student classmates in that he demonstrated a kind of quiet reserve, a sense of confidence about himself, someone who didn't say a lot, but I noticed that when he did speak, the other students listened to what he had to say. And so you had the sense that even in those early days that he was someone who was going to make something of his life.
We're fortunate that he's chosen public service. His entire life has been dedicated to his community.
As a senator, I think that he has always, kept the little person at the forefront of his interests. I know he has fought this issue of the ability to get a driver's license for undocumented for many, many, many years, even though that was an unpopular issue.
Well, I think the DREAM Act is something that was historic. He was very critical to the passage of that. There's no better way to get out of distressed communities, distressed situations than education. From education, as we all know, you get a better job and you provide for your family and create opportunities for others. And Senator Cedillo understands that. So if we can't provide the vehicles to educate our young people, then we're not doing a service to our community.
I've heard him speak on a number of occasions, and almost always at the center of his remarks is this concept that power is learning, that power is knowledge, that if you know, then you are able to choose. If you don't know, then you're always going to be in the dark. And so that's always been his constant message.
Gil Cedillo has a unique ability to connect and cross over to other communities at need and be that bridge builder to find that common ground and move issues forward.
He's accomplished many things and will accomplish many more things. But the driver licensing bill, one day, will be historic. One day he'll be recognized as universal hero along the lines of Cesar Chavez. One day, through his actions, people are going to be able to come out of the shadows from where they live today.
I believe that he will be remembered as a pioneer. He will be remembered as an individual who has been consistent in the kinds of needs that he seeks to represent as an elected official. I believe that he is someone who will be remembered as having not forgotten his roots, the place from which he comes, and he will be remembered as someone who cared.
For those of us who have followed Gil Cedillo's career, I think we realize that whether it's his fight for the driver's license bill or his advocacy for health care and the DREAM Act, that these are ultimately not issues of the left or the right, but really he is putting forth practical solutions for real challenges.
Again, I've known, Senator Cedillo for 4 decades. That someone can go through his life and still remain consistent, still remember the foundations that his parents were able to imbue him with, and to still live his life consistent with that foundation. He has been able to hold on to those values. And, that's a rare accomplishment.
I think he understands that whether it be through the union movement or through education establishments or through the legislative process, it's the only way and the best way to right wrongs, to have an impact on public policy, and have the ability to change lives. And I'm proud to know him, be a friend of his, and I salute him.
Gilbert, you've done a tremendous amount with your life thus far. You have a lot more to give, and so just keep on giving, my friend.